What's up, curl crew? Alyssa here, and today's video is the age-old secret on how I got my hair to grow past my waist. I get asked this question a lot online and in person, and I don't want to be a gatekeeper, so if you're interested on what I did and the things that I continue to do to keep my hair long, go ahead and keep watching. Okay guys, some of these things are things that you may not want to hear, but it is the truth and how I have grown my hair and maintained it, and it continues to grow. I'm not saying these things will work for every person, but it's what has worked for me, and I have shared these tips with people in my close circle, and they have been as dedicated as I am, and they have seen the results growing from short to their shoulders all the way down to their back. So if you are dedicated, then these tips are for you. And the first one is regular trims. It is so hard to say goodbye to your hair, and seeing your hair get cut off, it's like devastating. However, when you're trimming your hair, you're getting rid of the weakest and oldest parts of your hair, those split ends, and it's allowing your hair to be healthier, and it prevents the split ends from continuing to go up to the shaft of your hair. Even though trims are not a direct cause of hair growth, they do help your hair retain length, which allows your hair to grow longer and stronger. So I definitely recommend it, and I personally have seen results that every time I'm sad and I cut my hair, and I always see it end up growing back, and I think that's because I'm getting rid of the damaged hair and the ends, split ends. So push through and go ahead and get your hair cut regularly. Trimming also improves the aesthetic of your hair. It allows your hair to look softer, smoother, silkier, and it has this overall look of your hair is well kept because it doesn't look like the ends are damaged. It is also easier to style when your hair is regularly trimmed, and it does give your hair the illusion of volume and luminosity and fullness, if you will. Full disclaimer, I am no cosmetologist. I've not been to cosmetology school. I'm just sharing what's worked for me. How often you should cut your hair is every 6 to 12 weeks. And if your hair is shorter, you're actually supposed to cut it more or trim it more. But like I said, I'm no cosmetologist. But speaking of trims, I did straighten my hair, and I feel like my ends don't look as healthy as they should. So just to be a person that practices what they preach, I'm going to cut my hair right now on camera. I have never cut my hair straight, but whatever, we're going to go ahead and do it, and I'm going to be quick. And it's probably going to be botched, but I'm going back curly, so I don't think it'll be as noticeable. So let's just go ahead and trim this baby real quick, just because I want you guys to know I really do mean what I say. I also feel like over the years my hair has been uneven. I'm going to put a rubber band on each side, and even now I'm kind of sad to do this, but I want my hair to look good. Okay y'all, this looks about right. Like I said, please don't cut your hair like this. If you want a hair cutting video, go look at my other videos, but look at my ends. They're not that great looking, and I could use a trim. So I'm just gonna chop this off. Again, please watch my curl video on how I cut my hair, because this is not how I would ever do it before, but my girl could use a chop. And these are professional hair cutting scissors, and now I feel like my hair is going to be more even. So let's see. So definitely not perfect, but guys, I don't regret it. And honestly, I've been wanting my hair to be a little bit more even. I find that, like, even in the picture of even in the thumbnail, my hair kind of goes like this, and it's like the stragglers are at the waist. And I'd rather it be healthy and a little bit more even. So we will see how this grows in the next few months. So I feel like even with the sides, you can see, like, the difference. Like, one side was longer than the other, and I don't miss these ends. So I'm willing to show you on camera that I'm ready to, like, get rid of inches. You can get rid of inches too, and you will see results. Number 2, stop over dyeing your hair. I know that dyeing our hair is such a big part of our culture, and like a nice statement piece, and like midlife crisis, and like you want something new. But I have noticed that when I stopped dyeing my hair started to grow. And I'm going to show you guys some pictures. I used to have purple hair, and I used to have red hair, and I used to have orange hair. And What honestly made me stop dyeing my hair was that my hair does not keep color. If I bleached it and put in color within 6 weeks, whatever color I use would be gone. And yes, I got it professionally done. So it wasn't like I was using box dye. I was using like professional grade stuff. And I will show you some pictures right here. So this is my hair purple. Look at my ends. They are crying, okay? And then this is my hair red. Like, it's cute, but you can literally see my texture go from healthy to absolutely fried. And I want to say with the purple hair, that was the first time I ever dyed my hair, and it was that damaged already. And then with the red hair, that was the second time I dyed my hair with, like, after the purple. And then orange, I dyed my whole hair. The stylist did not do a good job, so I ended up dyeing it black, like, immediately, like, whatever that recommended time was. And it took years for the color to go. But this is, my hair's grown out completely from the color. So you used to see like the orange would show through, like the black dye would wear out and then the orange would show through. And as you can see in my photos, dyeing your hair causes dryness, breakage, changes of your hair texture. So if you're repeatedly doing it and you notice your curl patterns going away, dyeing it is a big part of that. The chemicals in the dye are actually penetrating your hair shaft and destroying it. The dye is stripping your hair of natural proteins that's making your hair feel depleted and weak, rough and thin, which is leading up to your breakage and your split. Number 3, and my most favorite, love her and leave her alone. I think a lot of times we over fixate on growing our hair, that we put a lot of products in it, do all these different hairstyles, constantly doing things that will promote growth, and oftentimes us constantly tampering with our hair is what stops it from growing. So I have learned that I love my hair and I leave her alone. I do the necessary steps to wash and take care of my hair, and I think that has actually shown me more benefit than me over fixating on it growing longer. So by leaving your hair alone, it obviously reduces damage. It also improves scalp health because you're allowing your hair to breathe and not constantly feel the tension of protective styles and heat and a bunch of other things that you'd be doing to kind of manipulate your hair to go the way that you want it to go. And honestly, a great example of that is Blue Ivy. I feel like Beyonce loved her hair and left it alone, and a lot of critics were on her for that, but like, look at Blue Ivy's hair now. She loved it, she left it alone, and now she has a lot of length and her hair is beautiful and full, and that's a really good example of someone who's left their hair and it's honestly thrived because of it. Consider air drying. That is something, a part of loving her and leaving her alone, to style your hair and allow it to air dry if you have the time or you don't mind your hair being as wet. Air drying can help cut down on some of that heat damage, so consider that when you are just styling your hair and leaving it alone. And honestly, with the tips that I've given so far, loving your hair and leaving it alone and not dyeing it is honestly embracing the hair that you have, and it gives you a sense of like self-acceptance. And I think when we accept the way we look or our hair or any parts about who we are that are unchangeable, I think it gives you a glow and a brightness to your life that you weren't actually expecting. It's definitely a boost of confidence when I started to embrace my hair and not want it to change or be a certain way. I think I've seen more mental health benefits, and obviously physical benefits as well. Those are my number 3 tips. That sounds weird, but my top 3 tips, I guess, that have helped me. But I have 2 bonus tips for you. I have found this amazing hair growth oil. I honestly haven't used it for myself because I actually don't care about length as much as people probably think I do. I guess that's why I don't really talk about it too much. But I have used this oil on my husband, who is Caucasian, and I have used this on my firstborn daughter, who is black. So you can see the difference. This is his hair from the first, like, before use, and then I think this was like 6 weeks, but I will, if it's incorrect with that time frame, I'll put the correct time frame right here. But this is him using the growth oil with nothing else, like no other enhancement products. So that's crazy. And then this is my daughter's hair, and this photo unfortunately was already started using the oil, so you can't even see like a full one. If I could find a more fuller one where her hair was actually sparse all through like right here. This is us already using the oil, and that's what made me start using it on my husband. And then this is her hair now. She has all her edges and everything is grown in. So if you are interested, it's called Baskin Lather Co. I have recommended this product to dozens of people. They have elixirs, an oil, a shampoo, a conditioner, a hair cream, and that is the only product that I put in my daughter's hair. So I recommend buying all of the products. I haven't used them for myself again because I don't necessarily care if my hair grows any longer. I just want it to stay healthy and kind of keep it where it's at. But if you are looking for something outside of like the things I just listed, try this hair oil. And every person that I've recommended it to has said that it also makes their hair feel softer. She has 4A hair for reference, and then obviously you can see my husband's hair is straight. So all the way from like 1A hair to 4A hair, I've seen growth, and her grandmother is 4C, and her grandmother has used the product as well. So try this hair oil. This is not sponsored at all. I just randomly stumbled upon this, I think on like an Instagram ad, and I've been obsessed with the products, and I've been using it on her hair for probably 4 years now, and I have definitely seen major results, especially in the edges area. I asked Google why this oil is good for you, and so this is what Google said. So if you don't believe me, take Google's word for it. It says Baskin Lather Co.'s hair oils like the Scalp Simulator promote healthy hair growth by nourishing the scalp, improving circulation with ingredients like rosemary, mint, and strengthening your hair with omega fatty acids, while the hair elixir, which is a different product, seals in moisture, prevents breakage, and adds shine using Jamaican castor oil, jojoba oil, vitamin E, and making your hair softer, more manageable, and supporting length retention for all hair types. So I can vouch for that product 110%, so I will link that in the description box. And then the very last bonus one is don't use too much heat. My sister used a lot of heat growing up. She wanted her hair to be straight, so she was always straightening it, and I encouraged her that her hair is beautiful just the way that it is, and she finally embraced that and stopped dyeing her hair, and her hair has grown like almost to where mine is. She has started dyeing her hair again, but her hair is the length that she wants, so I don't think she's going to overdo it, but if you want to dye your hair, at least kind of get it to where you want it to be, and then you can go ahead and start dyeing it again. But if you're really aiming for hair growth, then like pause on the dye, pause on the heat, pause on the, all the extra products and stuff, and you will see the growth, and then you can kind of slowly incorporate the things that you are missing. Heat damage is an issue because it does cause protein loss in your hair, causes dryness and frizz. It damages the bonds in your hair. I do straighten my hair no more than 2 times a year. I will say, like, when I was pregnant with my son, I did straighten my hair pretty much the whole pregnancy because I was so sick that was the only way I can manage my hair. But I do not straighten my hair a lot at all. A whole year could go by and I not straighten my hair. I do feel like it's easier to manage when your hair is straight sometimes, but I value keeping my hair texture and the curl pattern healthy, so I do forego straightening it as much as I can. And when I do straighten it, honestly guys, I make it last. I make it last, and I've noticed this time I've straightened it, there's been a lot of humidity, so I've had to pass the flat iron over my hair more than I would like. So the next time I straighten it, I think the best time for me to do it is when it's like in the dead of winter and the humidity is low, because this is the first time in a long time that I've straightened it and been like, why is it puffing up? But it's definitely, the humidity has been like 80%, 71%. But thank you guys for watching. Those are all of my tips that I have, and I promise you, just try it out and you will start to see the results that you want. And obviously, partially, hair growth is somewhat genetic too, so I don't want you to be like hard on yourself if you're not seeing it grow at the pace that you want it to grow. That's just something that I want to be transparent about. It's not always about doing everything right. Sometimes people are just genetically their hair just grows a little bit faster. So I will say that too. But yeah, I hope that these tips are helpful for you. Those are the biggest ones I've used, and time again, they have shown results in my life and people that I have shared with it around me. So go ahead and try them. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below, like, subscribe, and shout out. We have definitely reached 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And shout out to Alyssa. She was my 1,000th subscriber, and she messaged me on Instagram. So love to her, love to all of you guys, and thank you for watching. See you next time.